Dear students, today we will study about the electromagnetic induction in the unit electromagnetic induction and alternating current. Faraday thought reverse of the Oersted experiment. He thought if current carrying conductor can produce magnetic field, its reverse must be true. So he started doing experiment that a magnetic field may produce the electric current. He took a coil, connected with the galvanometer and a magnet, and start doing experiment. He was doing experiment but getting no result. He was of the view that if a current carrying conductor can produce magnetic field, its reverse must be true. That means a magnetic field can also produce the electric current. It is said that when he did not get the result, he threw the magnet in disguise and suddenly he saw the deflection in the galvanometer. Then he started doing experiment again and he found that whenever there is a relative motion between the magnet and the coil, there is a current that flows through the coil which lasts till there is a movement. Then he found that the phenomena of electromagnetic induction. So he found that when there is a relative motion between the magnet and the coil, the magnetic lines of forces passing through the coil changes, which we call as magnetic flux. And due to that change in the magnetic flux linked the coil, there is a change, there is a induced EMF, and hence the current flows through the galvanometer. As there is no battery in the coil connected to it, so this means that is due to the relative motion of the magnet. The current produced is due to the relative motion of the magnet and the coil, and thus the cause was found as the change in the magnetic flux linked with the coil causes the current to flow. The EMF so produced is called the induced EMF, and the current that flows due to induced EMF is called induced current. Now you can see very easily that if magnet is brought nearer to the coil, the magnetic lines of forces increases, passing through the coil increases, and when the magnet is taken away from the coil, the magnetic lines of forces passing through the coil decreases. So due to relative motion of the magnet and the coil, suppose if magnet is brought nearer to the coil and the coil is stationary, so the number of magnetic lines of forces passing through the coil increases, and when the magnet is taken away, the number of lines passing through the coil decreases, and thus when there is a motion of the magnet either towards the coil or away from the coil, there is a change in the magnetic flux. Now magnetic flux, it is denoted by delta, and it is the dot product of B and cross section area, that is equal to BA cos theta, where theta is the angle between the area vector and the magnetic field. So this flux gets changed when there is a relative motion between the magnet and the coil, as per the Faraday's experiment, there is an induced EMF which lasts till the change continues. And another observation of it, that if the direction of the motion of the magnet or the coil is reverse, the direction of the current also gets reversed. So first observation, when there is a change in magnetic flux causes induced EMF and hence current. Second, the direction of induced current reverses on reversing motion of the magnet or the pole pointing towards coil, pole of the magnet. And third, he also observed that the magnitude of induced EMF or current is directly proportional to the rate of change of magnetic flux linked with the coil. So these were his observations, and on these observations he formulated the laws of electromagnetic induction. So first we must know what is electromagnetic induction. For electromagnetic induction, we can say that the phenomena of generation or production of an EMF due to the change in the magnetic flux linked with a coil is called electromagnetic induction. Or we can say, whenever there is a change in the magnetic flux linked with a coil, an EMF is induced across its ends, and this phenomena of induced EMF is called electromagnetic induction. So whether there is a coil or a conductor, if the magnetic flux linked with it changes, there is an induced EMF, and if the circuit is complete, the current also flows through the coil. The induced EMF causes the current to flow, and that current is called the induced current. Induced current is due to the induced EMF, and the laws of Faraday's are as follows. Laws of electromagnetic induction, or Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction. Now first law, whenever there is a, we can write, whenever there is a change in the magnetic flux linked with a coil. Coil or a conductor, an EMF, and hence current is induced. EMF is induced across its ends, which lasts till the change continues. Change continues. And second, that is the important one, that the induced EMF is directly proportional to the rate of change of magnetic flux linked with the coil, or we can write as induced EMF is equal to minus d phi over dt, and phi is equal to B dot A. Now E is equal to minus d phi over dt in SI system. The proportionality constant is 1. So more the rate of change of the magnetic flux, more is the induced EMF. This can be understood very easily that when we talk about a small dynamo, the rate of change of magnetic flux linked with it is with the coil is small. So the induced EMF is also small. For big generators, the rate of change of the magnetic flux linked with the coil is large, so the induced EMF is also large. So that is also the principle of the generator or the dynamo. The electromagnetic induction is the principle of dynamo or the generator. So now you can ask that why this negative sign is put here, or what it indicates. It indicates, the negative sign indicates that the direction of the induced EMF is in such a way that it opposes the cause which is producing it. Negative sign indicates that the direction of induced EMF is in such a way that it opposes the cause which is producing it. Now, this means if we are bringing north pole towards the coil, then the face of the coil towards the magnet bears a north pole, and hence in order to bring it the magnet more nearer to the coil, we have to work, okay? And that work converts into the electrical energy, that means at the cost of the mechanical work. If there is no opposition, then there is no work done, and hence there is no conservation of the mechanical energy.